All right. Welcome back, everyone. Let's now do a whole new take on the story ABC, or the story of ABC. Let's figure out the right name for it, right? But the story of ABC has three milestones, A, B, and C. And the milestones begin as milestones of thought, of conceptualization, of understanding. And then later they go to implementation. So we start with understanding, then we go to implementation across A, B, and C. So first, let's start with the milestones of understanding. For A, it is understanding that every human being should be adequately nourished with a whole food, plant-based diet that is also immune boosting. And that just understanding that every single human being deserves that, needs that, requires that, and that understanding that at the individual level and at the community level, we can commit to that and make that happen. That's understanding for A. Okay, that's A. What's B? B is the understanding that planet Earth, Mother Earth, is exponentially overheating. That's the problem. And that there is a solution to that we can stop the exponential overheating and actually reverse it. We can actually cool the planet through the application of planetary scale solar radiation management, or SRM, basically reflecting a significant portion of the sunlight back into space to cool the planet. So that's B. Understanding both those things, understanding the problem and understanding the solution. And then C is collective superintelligence. And the understanding part is understanding that we can take this vast network of video conference conversations that are happening all the time, all around the world, and organize the network of conversations intelligently into a collective superintelligence. Understanding that we can do that. Okay, so remember I said at the beginning, there's two parts, understanding and then implementation at scale in the world, in reality. So let's now revisit those briefly. So we got ABC. For A, going from understanding that everyone deserves to be nourished to implementing at planetary scale a multi-scale network of food networks, a network of networks from the very local to the planetary, to ensure that everyone is adequately nourished. For B, going from understanding that we're experiencing exponential planetary overheating to understanding that we can solve it through SRM, to full-scale planetary implementation of SRM. That's the implementation part of B. And then for C, going from understanding that we can and indeed must develop and implement planetary scale collective superintelligence to actually implementing it, right? And we're actually very close to completing the implementation of CSI. The good news is the network of video conference conversations already exists, and the ability to record them and transcribe them exists. Now we simply need to hyperlink this network of conversations together, and that's the consummation of CSI. Now, what's interesting is CSI, the urgency for understanding and then implementing CSI at planetary scale is CSI will facilitate both the shared understanding and implementation of both A and B, both food and SRM. And so it stands to reason that perhaps the most efficient pathway to getting all of ABC fully implemented, fully understood, and then fully implemented at planetary scale is to start with CSI, which we're just at the cusp of, getting the food pillar A to happen, and then in parallel, get SRM to happen at planetary scale. So that's it in a nutshell.